Do you want more success, more growth, more results? Then it's time for the Boundless Success Accelerator from the Modern Observer Group. This isn't your average coaching program. It's where top performers come to dominate. Weekly group sessions, on-demand coaching, a community that's got your back, and a power-packed library of tools to supercharge your business and career. No more excuses, no more waiting. Get in, level up, and start building the life you've been dreaming about. Visit us at modernobserver.com/boundless success to join today. Let's get you to the next level. We're here because the news is being distorted. We're here because people are being inundated with misinformation on social media. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup.
This is the raw, naked truth.
Democrats increase hiring of fake protesters, a court win for Doge, inflation cools, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. A crowd rental company has seen a massive uptick in inquiries regarding its services in Washington, D.C., as Democrats hire fake protesters to fight President Donald Trump's move to federalize the police force in the nation's capital. Right now, D.C. inquiries are up roughly 400% compared to the same period in 2024, Crowds on Demand CEO Adam Swart stated. The company always sees a spike in requests during what Swart calls high-stakes political moments. Swart said the vast majority of people at political or advocacy events in D.C. are in some way paid. Most people don't know this, but many protesters are literally on the payroll. Capitol Hill staffers from both parties are often expected to show up at rallies and protests on their own time, he said. So yes, most attendees are being paid or are there because it's part of their job. That doesn't mean they don't support the cause, but it does mean these crowds aren't as organic as they appear on TV. The Department of Government Efficiency, also known as DOGE, landed a major legal win on Tuesday. A federal appeals court has ruled DOGE can access certain potentially sensitive data on Americans from the Departments of Education, Treasury, and from the Office of Personnel Management. A panel of judges from the Fourth Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals lifted a preliminary injunction that had blocked access temporarily, citing privacy concerns. The computerized data could include access to Social Security numbers and immigration and citizenship status. The case will continue to be litigated on the merits, but for now it is a legal victory for the Trump administration. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement in Houston announced that during the first 6 months of President Trump's second term in office, it has arrested more than 350 illegal migrants who are members of more than 40 different gangs, including the violent gangs known as MS-13 and Tren de Agua, who have been wreaking havoc on American streets. The arrests were a result of the administration's focus on targeting the worst of the worst criminal migrants for arrest and deportation in order to bolster public safety and restore integrity to the nation's immigration system, according to the Department of Homeland Security. One migrant had re-entered the U.S. 40 times. In total, 356 gang members were arrested in the sweeps, of which they were collectively convicted of 1,685 criminal offenses, including heinous acts like murder, child sex crimes, sex trafficking, as well as arson and theft. The AI company Perplexity has offered to buy Google Chrome for $34.5 billion. The unsolicited offer from the company, which reportedly includes several other investors, is nearly double its own $18 billion valuation. According to the Wall Street Journal, Perplexity's offer may not be a serious attempt to acquire Chrome, but rather a move to convince a federal judge to force Google to sell the web browser by showing that there would be interested parties. After ruling last year that Google operated an illegal search monopoly, the judge, Amit Mehta, is now deciding on an appropriate remedy, including the possibility of ordering that the tech giant break up its empire. Google has resisted calls to sell Chrome, which is believed to be worth between $20 and $50 billion. GE Appliances plans to shift production of refrigerators, gas ranges, and water heaters out of China and Mexico as part of a more than $3 billion investment to expand its U.S. operations in Kentucky, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, and South Carolina. The investment, the second largest in the Louisville-based company's history, is expected to add more than 1,000 jobs while ramping up domestic production and modernizing plants in the next 5 years. Our long-term strategy is about manufacturing close to our customers, said CEO Kevin Nolan. With lean manufacturing, upskilling our workforce, and automation, the math works for manufacturing in the United States. U.S. consumer prices rose 2.7% in July from a year earlier, slightly below forecasts and unchanged from June, while core inflation increased 3.1%, with housing costs leading the gains. Food prices were flat, energy declined, and some tariff-affected goods saw only modest increases. The softer-than-expected reading boosted market expectations for a Federal Reserve rate cut in September, and stocks rallied on the news, sending the S&P 500 and NASDAQ to record highs and lifting the Dow nearly 500 points. The massive tariff-related inflation that was feared has failed to materialize. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of the Raw Naked Truth Daily News Brief, as well as our sister podcast, Carnivore Radio, with news analysis and commentary, and the rest of the Xvadio Podcast Network at xvadio.com, the Apple Podcasts app, YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.